In 2007, LeBron James made an NBA Finals after making it through a weak Eastern Conference. But on Draft Night 07, the East would gain a new powerhouse that would forever change LeBron's legacy and give him the hardest time any single team ever gave him.
What happened?
Is there news?
There has been a murder.
The Seattle Supersonics were finished wasting Ray Allen's career and traded him to our antagonists, the Boston Celtics. But Danny Ainge wasn't finished yet, as the Timberwolves were also finished wasting their star Kevin Garnett's career, and they traded him to Boston. The newly dubbed
the Parquet Posse, the Three Basketeers,
Barrage et Trois, it's French.
Or we can go with the Three Amigos. What you think?
The Boston Three Party.
See, all right, I like that. See, this
Boston Three Party were now instantaneously the title favorites. And on the other side was LeBron James, who made it to the finals in 2007 with a bunch of nobodies, and that didn't really change in 2008 on his way to 45-37, which was impressive because, again, nobodies. Who are you people? Get off my screen. LeBron and co. made their way to the second round after defeating the Wizards. The following series was LeBron's first matchup against the Celtics, and it was great. With under 30 seconds to play in Game 1, KG spun and scored.
In around the rim because LeBron brings all the big men to him. 14-second differential. Here's Garnett, not to be denied, getting the basket.
LeBron had a chance down at the other end.
Gibson will inbound to James, guarded by Posey. LeBron James, remember they still have the foul to give. Ilgauskas setting a screen. James goes in, misses the layup.
But he just barely missed the layup, and Boston took Game 1. Game 2 was a comfortable Boston home win. Game 3 was a comfortable Cleveland home win. Then the Cavaliers tied it up with some help from a rather famous LeBron dunk.
A Smith screen. Posey will defend. Oh! LeBron James with no regard for human life has given the Cavaliers their biggest lead tonight.
In Game 5, the Cavs maybe had a chance down 4 with 30 seconds left, but Ray Allen tipped out a rebound to KG, which squashed their comeback.
Green, Barijo picking up Pierce. Extra pass. Posey with 2 on the shot clock. Garnett. And Allen keeps it alive. Big play by Ray Allen after losing the ball earlier. And a new clock for the Celtics, and a foul, and 2 shots coming up for Boston.
Game 6 was another tight game that was decided late by some Cavalier free throws, and we are headed to a winner-take-all Game 7.
We're going to Game 7, baby! Game 7! Game 7!
The Cavs gave this one away. Here, I'll show you. LeBron got a steal off Paul Pierce with 2:30 left, which made it a 1-point game.
Defense and some rough shooting. Guys are making shots. James with the steal. Here he goes. And James makes it a 1-point game with 2:20 to play.
But Cleveland's defense collapsed and allowed a P.J. Brown jumper.
Pierce, House. Brown the jump shot. Puts it in. P.J. Brown, the unlikely hero.
Still not convinced LeBron's supporting cast is bad? Observe.
Posey trying to get a head start. Ilgauskas on the second tip. Pierce comes out with it and calls timeout. He gets the timeout.
The Cavs needed a 3, so the natural instinct is to go for the tough contested layup because... Look at this. Covered. Who can LeBron pass it to here? No wonder he missed the shot. After the foul, just look at this. LeBron is seething at his team as his 45-5-6 is not enough, and the Celtics win the series.
This man was a bona fide scrub. He can't play. No disrespect whatsoever, but I'm sorry to tell everybody the truth. The man cannot play the game of basketball.
The Cavs-Celtics rematch was postponed as Kevin Garnett suffered a knee injury which almost cost the Celtics in the first round and ended up biting him in the butt in the second round against Dwight Howard and the Orlando Magic. The Cavs, coincidentally, also lost to the Magic, who would have thought? And because this chapter is running a bit short, let's just take a moment to appreciate Game 2 of the 2009 Finals. A clutch defensive block by Hedo Turkoglu set up a 0.6-second alley-oop attempt from Hedo to the rookie Courtney Lee.
0.6 of a second remaining. Alley-oop to...
He misses this shot. I know. You're probably thinking, what? How does he miss this shot? There's no way he can miss this shot. He does. It doesn't go in. He misses it. I don't know how it happened. It's crazy. It's insane. It's bonkers. Do you want to see? You don't want to see it. Trust me. You really don't want to see this. Fine. Roll it from the top.
0.6 of a second remaining. Alley-oop to Lee. Won't go, and we go to overtime. Boy, you couldn't ask for a better shot opportunity.
LeBron was now in a contract year, meaning he could leave at the end of it. So heading into the 2010 season, the Cavs were prepared to go all in. Or at least, they were going to act like it. So at the start of the season, they sent Ben Wallace and Sasha Pavlovich to the Suns for Fat Shaq. And at the trade deadline, after acquiring Antoine Jameson, I'm contractually obligated to mention that they didn't trade for Amari Stoudemire and instead chose to hold on to J.J. Hickson because they thought he was a valuable piece in the event LeBron left. Which, hey, Cleveland, 1, thanks for the Western Conference Finals appearance. And 2, that is the one thing you do not do in the event a star player can leave. Why, you may ask? Because it shows said star player that you are losing trust in them and you are preparing that they are going to leave at some point. Anywho, the Cavs and Celtics duked it out for 5 games headed into Game 6, where LeBron James was accused by many of quitting on the Cavaliers. Presumably because he realized his next best player is, I don't know, Anderson Varejao, Mo Williams, Jamario Moon, Daniel Gibson, 22-year-old Danny Green. See what I'm getting at? It wasn't even that uncommon to see LeBron scoring or assisting on literally all of his team's fourth quarter points, as he did here. Shockingly, that is not a good strategy to beat a well-crafted and well-coached Celtics team, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. LeBron was done. He went on national television to announce his free agency decision, in a special, brilliantly titled, The Decision. It came down to one of these 6 teams: the New Jersey Nets, New York Knicks, Miami Heat, Los Angeles Clippers, Chicago Bulls, and his hometown team, the Cleveland Cavaliers. But was LeBron really going to use this TV special to slap his hometown team across the face? Yes. Yes, he was.
The answer to the question everybody wants to know. LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, this is very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
I personally guarantee that the Cleveland Cavaliers will win an NBA championship before the self-titled former king wins one. You can take that to the bank. That was an excerpt from a letter written to LeBron James by Cleveland Cavaliers owner Dan Gilbert. The Cavs went 19-63 and were headed to the number 1 pick in the 2011 draft. The Heat went 58-24 and grabbed the 2 seed in the East. Thanks, D-Rose. It was time. LeBron was now properly equipped to make the finals and go all the way, but he had to face the Celtics first. The Celtics were tough as always, but they were down 3-1 in the series headed into Game 5, where Paul Pierce scored with 4:30 to go.
By James, Kristich has had a good skid off the bench, puts in another long 2.
It was the last point that the Celtics would score. KG missed.
Shot clock at 5, 4, 3. Rebound by Wade.
Ray Allen missed.
Garnett, and he's got a guy with 5 fouls. He'll push the issue. Allen, great fake, 2 to shoot on 3. Rebound Anthony.
Not wanting to leave his 3-party mates out, Pierce missed.
Bosch now with 8 points in the second half. 14 for the game. Pierce, he'll go to the hole. Rebound by Bosch.
Jeff Green missed.
On Pierce. Green is coming for Kristich. Rebound by Bosch. He's got 10 rebounds.
Pierce threw it away.
His 11th. Pierce. Oh!
And then with 40 seconds to go, LeBron did it.
I like this action. 2-3 with LeBron James and Dwayne Wade. James over Pierce. That might be the dagger.
Just look at his face. He's not celebrating. He seems in awe of his own shot, as if he just now realized that he's finally done it. LeBron James has defeated the Boston Celtics.
We've been duped!
Duped!
Bamboozled!
We've been speckledorfed.
That's not even a word, and I agree with you.
But the Celtics weren't through with him just yet.
Pierce for three. It's good. Paul Pierce from way downtown. And Boston leads by 4.
No, not possible. Nah, not the minute LeBron gets one win over the Celtics. This can't be happening. It just can't be happening.
This is bad. This is very, very bad because it's one thing to go out. It's another thing entirely to go out the way they look like they're going to go out. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm not picking them to win Thursday night. I'm not doing it.
If they don't get it done this year, if they get closed out in Game 6 or Game 7 of this series, it's time to break them up.
Detonate.
Detonate.
What was my mentality going into Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals against the Celtics? Oh, at Game 6? My mentality was like,
wrong with your skin right now?
if we lose,
Are you allergic?
Pat Riley may break us all up. And I don't want that.
May I? It might be the.
It might be the quickest breakup in basketball history. And not only they might break it all up, my legacy gonna take a huge, huge hit if I don't go out here and perform at an all-time high.
What we saw last night was one of the greatest, if not the greatest, postseason performance we have ever seen. Michael Jordan's 63 points against Boston, that definitely is debatable. There are some others that are debatable, but clearly, this is arguably one of the greatest performances we've ever seen.
Okay. That is what happens when you unleash the beast from its cage. LeBron finished with 45, 15, 5 on 731 from the field. So, yeah, the Heat won by 19, and then they won Game 7 and were headed back to the NBA Finals.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
let's back up real quick. I promise this will be relevant. Just stick with me here. After finally defeating the Celtics in 2011, LeBron and the Heat would end up falling to the Dallas Mavericks, who employed one Jason Terry. He had some words to say about LeBron, as the series was considered quite embarrassing for James, as he averaged 17, 7, and 7. Not horrible, but not anywhere near what he's capable of. Then, after spending 2012 in Dallas, Terry signed with the Boston Celtics.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Anywho, the two storylines converged in a nationally televised game on March 18th, 2013. LeBron was in the middle of one of the best seasons of all time, and Terry had the misfortune of standing in his way.
Here tonight, Jason Terry, good defense. Wade from behind takes it away. Chalmers.
If what made me jump is what I'm trying to figure out, there's no like even if you did jump, you're not gonna touch that, man. You ain't touching that.
Oh, James! Whoa! And a technical foul called on Miami for the taunt. James steps into a jumper and rattles it in.
We are gathered here today to mourn the loss of Jason the Jet Terry. He was born on September 15th, 1977, and tragically passed away on March 18th, 2013. He passed suddenly and without warning, but okay, I can't do this anymore. No, he didn't actually die, but he definitely saw a bright light. The Celtics were not through with LeBron still. In 2015 and 2017, the Isaiah Thomas led Celtics threw their hat in the ring, and to be quite honest, neither of the series were particularly close. But, out of interest, LeBron did jump over 5'11" John Lucas in a January 2012 game against the Bulls, which is notable because Isaiah Thomas is only 5'9", so it theoretically could have happened.
Plankton! Crabs! Plankton! Crabs!
SpongeBob.
The Celtics were not impressed by Thomas's shortcomings. Shortcomings! I wrote that into the script. But yeah, Danny Ainge ditched Thomas, Jay Crowder, and Ante Zizic, as well as a 2018 first-round pick they got from Brooklyn, in exchange for Kyrie Irving. But the Celtics lost Irving and new acquisition, oh hey, it's Gordon Hayward again, to season-ending injuries before the playoffs even started. But the rest of the team stepped up and somehow forced a Game 7 in Boston against LeBron James in the Eastern Conference Final. However, LeBron put on closeout mode. He did it. He dragged this sorry, garbage, awful, oh hey Kyle Korver, terrible, good-for-nothing team into the finals, where they got swept by the Warriors in a series that wasn't notable at all.
Hill misses. Rebound goes to the Cavs. J.R. Smith brings it back out. Throws it to Hill. Hill shot blocked. You get the feeling J.R. Smith thought they had the lead.
It almost happened in the bubble, too. Celtics made the Eastern Conference Finals and were one game away from beating the Miami Heat and facing LeBron in the finals. But it didn't happen, and LeBron got his fourth ring against the team that he had previously won his first two rings with.